Nicole Malliotakis was elected to New York State Assembly on November 2nd, 2010, defeating a two-term incumbent. She's the daughter of immigrants, her father from Greece, her mother a Cuban exile of the Castro dictatorship. Assemblywoman Malliotakis is currently the only female Republican and only Hispanic Republican elected official in New York City and represents a district spanning from the boroughs of Brooklyn and Staten Island. Recovery from Hurricane Sandy has become a hallmark of her tenure as an elected official, as her district, which encompasses the eastern shore of Staten Island, was among the hardest hit by Sandy in 2012. In addition, Nicole has successfully fought to restore and expand transit service in both Brooklyn and Staten Island, improve programs for seniors, and reform education in our state. She has worked tirelessly to improve New York's economic climate and reduce the tax burden on small businesses and residents in New York. She's also a passionate advocate for animal rights and the strengthening of animal cruelty laws. Graduates, family, faculty, and staff, please join me in welcoming Assemblywoman and Republican nominee for the 2017 New York City mayoral elections, Nicole Malliotakis.
Good afternoon, graduates. How are you? We're all excited, ready to start a new part of our lives. It's really exciting, actually. Coming here, I was reminded of when I first graduated from college and how proud I felt, but also how happy I was, not just for me, but for my family. I was the first in my family to not only graduate high school, but to graduate college. And I'm sure many of you are achieving that very accomplishment today. So I want to congratulate you first and foremost on that success, and I wish you and your families so much fortune and success going forward in the future as you begin to embark your careers. It's actually probably one of the most exciting times of your life right now. As was mentioned, I am the child of immigrants and was the first in my family to graduate high school. And following my election in 2010, when I was elected to the New York State Assembly, my first office, my local newspaper came to my home and interviewed me, my mom, my dad. I had my family there, and we were talking about my parents' journey to the United States. And after that, I received so many notes and phone calls from people who were truly touched by my story. My father came to the United States in the 60s with literally $50 in his pocket that he had borrowed from a friend. He had left his homeland in Greece in pursuit of the American dream. And then my mother, on the other hand, was forced to flee her native homeland of Cuba at the age of 15 to escape the oppression of the newly formed regime of Fidel Castro. But the one thing that these two individuals from completely different sides of our world believed was that America was the one nation and New York was the one place where they could be given the opportunity to fulfill their dreams. And I don't believe that there's any other place in the world where someone can come and realize their dreams regardless of where they came from or who they were born to. And I think that we should all consider ourselves privileged for many reasons, but most especially because of the country in which we live. You know, it's sometimes easy to forget how special and unique we are from any other country in the world, that dreams that are impossible elsewhere are possible here. And it is because of the choices made by leaders who have come before us. And it is now our responsibility to be the next generation of leaders to ensure that this state and this nation continue to prosper. A few years ago, maybe not a few years ago, it was actually 2009, I visited Cuba, where my mother's from, to meet my relatives for the very first time in my life. And imagine living in a communist country where the government impedes its people from pursuing their goals and achieving their dreams, where there is no sense of hope, no feelings of accomplishment, because the government tells you what you will study and what you will be. But all of you today, you have the opportunity to follow your heart and follow your dreams. You live in the greatest city, in the greatest nation in the world, and don't you ever forget it. And I know that you can accomplish anything if you work hard and you stay focused. And tomorrow you begin a new chapter in your life, and you are being given the same opportunity to realize the dreams that I had. That's the American dream. The dream that when two immigrant parents come to the United States, to New York City, in one generation, their daughter is running to be the mayor of that city. Imagine how amazing that is.
Yeah.
And if you're passionate about it, you work hard, you stay focused, you can do the same. One of the main reasons I entered public service was because I was not happy with the direction our state was going at the time. I could not stand by while the state that I called home continued down a path of destruction. We've done many things, and I'm glad to see my colleague, Assemblyman Kim, here. And we work together across party lines to do what's right for our state and give opportunities. But as you embark on your next chapter, I ask you today, as you leave here with your diplomas and you do what you need to do to make New York a better place, I ask you to just think about where you want to take yourself, where do you see yourselves in the next 10 years? Because for me, politics can be very difficult at times. You're being criticized, you can't make people happy, you get the negative articles, you see the negative, nasty comments on the blogs. But I wouldn't trade it in for anything else because I love what I do. I truly have a passion for it, as crazy as it is at times. I truly love what I do, and I feel that I'm making a difference in my community. So I ask you to think about a quote from one of my favorite people who happened to be president, but also happened to start his career in the New York State Assembly, and that's Teddy Roosevelt. He said, "Far and away, the best prize that life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing." And I think you will have, in these coming years, the opportunity to meet people, to see new places, to continue to learn new things. And you may not know what you want to do today, and you may not know what you want to do 10 years from now. But every day as you learn things, you evolve, I believe, as a human being, and it changes your perspective. And that's what makes life so interesting. But I tell you just to do something that makes you feel passionate, because I believe that drives everything. When you have a passion for what you're doing and you truly like the work, it never feels like work. And you worked very hard to get here today. And as you embark on your next chapter in life, just remember another one of my favorite quotes, which happens to be from the movie Bronx Tale. "The saddest thing in life is wasted talent." All right? So I know inside each of you is a talent. And I want you to find that talent, and I want you to use it to make your mark on the world. I congratulate all of you. I congratulate your families, who I know are very proud of you, and I know that you'll continue to make us all very proud in years to come. Thank you very much for having me on this special day to share with you.